Hello Natural Beauties, thank you for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to show you all of the items I have decided to put in my 2026 project pan. And I was ambitious. Now the items you will not see here are stuff that I go through naturally. Shampoos and conditioners, body wash, lotions, I go through those naturally, so you'll see those in my empties videos. The items I put in here do kind of have a theme. Expensive items, old items, or items that I don't use but I would like to. If anything in here seems to be old because I haven't used it in a while, I will get rid of it. I will let you know, and then I'll swap something else in. Let's see what I decided to put in my 2026 project pan. I think I have about 36 items. Let's get started. This is my Jergens Natural Glow, and I have had this for so long, but I have not used it. And it does give a really nice touch, like a kiss of color. And I could definitely use this, especially on my legs, because it's gonna be, it is winter right now. And I tend to lose a little bit of color during the winter because I'm not wearing shorts. So this will be really helpful, and I just haven't used it in a very long time. Good product, I don't want it to go bad, so I would like to use it and get it over with. I have lots of makeup in here, including 2 eyeshadow palettes. I don't know if I will make it through them, but I would like to use them as my default eyeshadow palettes. You know, do you ever wonder what should I use? How should I do my makeup? I do like to, or I still pull makeup items for like summer makeup, fall makeup, and I've done that for the longest. But even though I'm gonna have those little baskets, I still want to use this makeup as much as possible. So I'll use them as a combination. This is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I already have pan in this. It's such a good product. I just want to use it up, and I'm always looking for a bronzer that's nice and matte and cool, so I'm gonna use that one. Now this one, I have duplicates of it because I think they discontinued this, or I found it on clearance like maybe 2 years ago, and I do like this product. So since it was on clearance at my Kroger, I picked up 2. One is an actual powder just like this. It might be a shade darker or lighter, and the other one is a translucent powder. So I figured I would put this in my project pan because I've been using it pretty regularly anyways. This is CoverGirl Clean Fresh. It's in 160 medium, and you can see a little bit of use there. So let's go ahead and put it in our project pan and see if we can't get through it. Next is another product that I have been using regularly. It's not an expensive product. It is a little bit older. It's LA Colors, and it's a pressed powder in the color beige. And I've been using this because it's lighter than my not my moisturizers, it's lighter than my foundations. So I'll use it like under my eyes or like on my upper lip. Kind of just like, sometimes I'll even use this like to set my eyeshadow. So I figured that I'll see if I can't make my way through this. Now, next is a product that I really, really like, and I do use it pretty regularly, but it just has so much product in it. This is my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Gummy Bear, and I really like this product, but it does not moisturize. It makes your lips feel really good, but I don't feel like it actually moisturizes. This is an expensive product. This is one of my favorite edge control. It is Patterns. It is the Stronghold Gel. It's by Tracee Ellis Ross, and it's such a good product, but it is so expensive. And you can see I've used it quite a bit. Now this right here is by ColourPop, I believe, and I was gonna put a Patrick Ta one in this project pan. It's pretty much like a skin oil moisturizer, and you can see I have used it. I really like to use this like on my décolleté, but I just haven't used it in forever. I also have to be really careful what I'm wearing when I use that because it can stain, and I don't want to stain my clothes. So oh my gosh, I sound so country when I say that. Another product that I chose because it's a good product and it's expensive is my Rare Beauty Primer. And I use this very frequently. My only thing with this is that it does leave a bit of a glow. And since this is summertime, since it's winter time, I don't mind a bit of a glow. In the summertime, I'm in the South, so I can get kind of glistening and shiny already. But I think that we could probably use this up throughout the entire year of 2026. So let's roll that into our project pan. And then this is Supergoop. It is an invincible setting powder. It's mineral powder and it has an SPF in it. And you can't really tell how much is in there. It had a brush on top, but I broke it. So I just kind of like dump it out, and then I'll use my brush to go on and use it almost like a setting powder. But you know, I like to layer my SPFs, so let's go ahead and use that. Next, we have our Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. This is a foundation and it is rather light, so I've actually been using this as a concealer. I have some dark spots like right on my cheeks, and I also like to lighten right around my mouth, and then of course like under my eyes. So this is what I've been using, and it's a great product. It's kind of heavy though, so I do go in very lightly. But, you know, I was like, you know what, it's really expensive and I want to use it before it goes bad. That's actually what made me start using this, because, you know, sometimes in my experience with concealers or foundations, you can tell when they get old because they don't want to spread or blend out as well as they had. And I didn't have an issue with that, so I was really happy about that. Next, I have an item by MAC. This is a Patrick Star face powder. It's opalescent, it's called Hot and Heavy, and it's just gorgeous. This is one of my favorite colors. I like it a little bit lighter, but still very, very pretty. And look at this pretty powder. And I have not used it very much at all, but it is a gorgeous product, so I thought that I would try and get some use in it. And then the next product is an expensive product. It does have some use. This is a Dior blush. This is Dior blush in Passion Fruit. And here it is. You can see I got a little bit of a dip there, especially on this side. And it's just a nice neutral blush, but Dior, I definitely don't want that to go bad. Next is a product that I rarely use. I definitely will not rebuy it. And I showed you this in my hair products inventory video. It's L'Oreal Le Color Gloss One Step Toning Gloss, and it's in the color Silver Slate. I want to say this was like $13, maybe $16. I did put my NEXT mascara in here, and I usually do a strict 3-month rule for my mascaras, but I haven't had any eye issues in a very long time, luckily. So I'm going to try and use this for 6 months, and then it'll pop up in my empties, and then I'll show y'all the next mascara that I buy. Next item that I have put in my 2026 project pan is this Donna's Recipe Whipped Vanilla Cream Curl Enhancing Gel. I don't even know if I'll be able to finish this year, but we're gonna do our best. And I like that it's a vegan product. I think that it's also woman owned, and it might be a woman of color brand. So next is a product that I just have not used, and I am very close to being out of facial masks. So this is an Elemis Superfood Vital Veggie Mask. I think I'll be able to go through these within the year. It is my Ardell Lashes. I got this a few years ago, and I want to say I got it for like 90% off because it is an actual advent calendar. But you can see I have used those, and I also used the lash glue that was in there. But all the other ones here, you can see that I do have like actual lashes in them. So I think that I'm going to try and go through these within the next year. And I can usually get anywhere from like 4 to 12 uses out of lashes. There were a pair of lashes in here. They were really, really thick though. And they just did not mold to my eyes very well. I guess it would be like this kind of lash, you know, it's got like that thicker band. And I tried to like roll them to kind of loosen the strip up, but they just would not stick, like either on the inside or the outside. So I only got a couple of uses out of those. And I have my eyeshadow palettes here, so let's go ahead and look at them. Now, there are a few reasons that I chose these. One, I actually love these eyeshadow palettes. I love the brands, I love the colors. Two, I thought that they would work well together. Three, they are big, bulky items. And then four, I want to keep it because I want to have it on my bookshelf, but I don't want it to go bad. This is the Urban Decay Game of Thrones eyeshadow palette, and look at how cute this is. Y'all know I am a huge Game of Thrones nerd, and I really want to keep this on my bookshelf with my other Game of Thrones items, but the thought of having this and the eyeshadows going bad just kind of hurts my heart. So I thought that we would put it in our 2026 Pan That Palette, or not Pan That Palette, Project Pan. And here is the actual palette. And you see how it kind of looks like a book, and it's just so cute. And what you do is you pull this out, and that is the eyeshadow palette. And so here is one of our 2026 Project Pan eyeshadow palettes. And you can see that it's quite a variety. There's warms, there's neutrals, there's you know, lights, there's cools. So I'm really excited about this. And you can see that it has a mixture of mattes, neutrals, and shimmers. Now, the one that I pulled to go alongside it is Dominique Cosmetics, and this is called Rustic Glam. Gorgeous palette. Here is the inside. Look at those colors. So pretty. And I think that these colors go well with some of the colors in this palette. See how they kind of complement one another? So I can use some of these lighter neutrals to go along with some of these. If I could hit pan in a few of the colors, that would just make me feel like so successful and validated. Now let's go through some other items. I thought about putting perfumes in here, but at the end of the day, I use my perfumes. That's also one item that I did not put myself on a no buy because I do go through them, but I have more than enough. So, you know, I can control myself when it comes to that. I put this perfume in here because I've had it for so long. It is Nest Black Tulip. I think it's a rollerball. Yeah, rollerball. And this smells so good. And you can see I've used quite a bit of it. It's just that I've had it for so long. I'd really like to finish it and just kind of move it out of my collection because, you know, like smaller things, they kind of bug me after a while. And then same with this one. This is, oh my gosh, is this, I don't know. It's called Joy. I don't know if it's Armani or Versace. Oh, I think it's Oscar de la Renta. And you can see again that I've used this one. This one I don't use as much because it's one of these like dabber ones, you know, where you just kind of dab it on. But I did get a refillable spray. And I think that I'm gonna put this in that bottle once I finish it. And I think it'll be no problem at all for me to finish it up once I do that. But it's a real nice, clean, almost soapy fragrance. It kind of looks like the bottle top there. And then this is another product, and I doubt that I'll be able to finish this product, but if we could just get some movement on it. I believe this is from the Game of Thrones Wet and Wild collection. Yeah, this is called Two Nights Blue, and it's a loose pigment. And I think that this would work really well as like an eyeliner. So I would definitely get some use out of this. It's a metallic blue. Plus, it's still football season, so I think that I could use that for my Texans games, even the Astros, because the Astros, they have blue as well. So I think that I can, you know, get some movement in that particular pigment. I have another pigment. It's not as bold and bright as this one, but it is gorgeous. I have several of these and I absolutely love them. This is BH Cosmetics and it is Diamond Dazzlers. This one is in Flashy and it is gorgeous, guys, gorgeous. Very, very messy, but it's so pretty and I absolutely love it. But it's been forever since I used this, and I want to say I have at least 3, if not more. But look at how pretty that is, you know? So it would just go really well, like all over the eyelid. One more item that is a loose powder, because we also had that SPF one. This is an Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. And I pulled this because it is Hourglass, so it's expensive, but also because I have another one of these, if not another 2, because you know, you tend to get them like with, oh look, this one doesn't even, it hasn't even been peeled, like it still has the tape on there. So I'm gonna look at the other one that I have, because I know I have at least one other, and if that one's open, I'm gonna use that one instead. If not, I'm gonna pull this sucker open and we're gonna use this as our loose powder. This item I showed in my skincare inventory and it just doesn't do anything for me. So I just want to use it and, you know, be done with it. It is the CeraVe Eye Repair Cream. And I mean, you know, and I used it consistently. It didn't seem to do anything, but we're going to use this, like we're going to be devoted to it. And then we're going to get rid of this sucker because it don't do nothing. I picked eyeshadow primer. This is Zoeva Eyeshadow Fix Matte Long Wear. And I've only used this a few times. I mean, it's a good eyeshadow primer. I am on the verge of finishing, is it a Wet n Wild one? I don't know, but I am on the verge of finishing it. And so we're gonna roll this one in. I also pulled eyelash glue because you saw that I chose the eyelashes here. And this is the Ardell Duo. It's the sensitive skin one. You can see a little bit of a line right there. You see that? The next items that I pulled are all lip products, and I pulled them because they are expensive and I love them. I got them in a Christmas set and I just need to use them more. These are all Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I have the lip liner. I have the creamy lip gloss. I also have the sparkling, dazzling lip gloss, and then I have the bullet lipstick. So I was like, you know what? This is the ideal set to put in my project pan for 2026. And I mean, I've barely used that. Look at that. This is too expensive to be sitting around risking going bad. So we'll do that. Also, another item because it is expensive, and also because I like this just like by itself all over my lips. This is a Pat McGrath Dreamscape lip gloss, and you can see that I've used it. I have another 2 of these. Again, this came in a set, and this is one of my favorites. So I was like, you know what? This would be great to just keep in my purse and just apply whenever I need a little bit of a color or, you know, just a little bit of a touch up. Next one is one of my favorites. Like I have so many items that I absolutely love, but I just have so much that it's difficult for me to go through. And guess what? This is also part of a set that I bought. This is Fenty Beauty, and I got this during one of their gorgeous Christmas tins, and I think it came with like 5 this size, and I love her lip glosses. I love that they have this big old wand, and I love the formula. Look at that. Next is a Dollar Tree, dollar store item, but it's such a good product. And again, I have at least another 2 of these, if not 3. It's a lip scrub, and I think this is Remy Rose. The next item is an item that I just want to get rid of because it's kind of taken up a little bit of space, and it is an e.l.f. Duo product, but you can see the highlighter actually fell out and broke. It's been a while, but here is a bronzer. It's a little bit of a warmer bronzer than the Physicians Formula one that I have. This one's more cool. Now, this is an Anastasia Clear Brow Gel, and I really like this product, but this kind of got lost in my stash. So I was like, you know what? Again, this was gifted to me. It's an expensive item. It's got a great brush. I love when the brush like actually grabs onto your hairs. And I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and use this. I could probably use this all year, and I don't even know if I will finish it, but we're gonna use it all year. Next we have Makeup Forever Aqua XL Eye Pencil. It's black, and I literally unwrapped this to put in this project pan. The last product is a cream eyeshadow stick, and it is by Mally. It is in the color Slate, and I love this gray. This is one of my favorite colors. I have to force myself not to buy this color of clothes because I just love it. But it's nice and creamy, and it doesn't seem to have any issues. You can see it's pretty much brand new. Look at that. And there it is right there. I also had a taupe one. I almost put that in this project pan, but I thought that this slate gray would go really well with some of the eyeshadows that we have. So those are my products for my 2026 project pan. Let me know, what are your thoughts? Am I overly ambitious? Do you have anything here that you like, that you own, that you love? Are you doing a project pan or anything like that? But thank you so much for being here. I will see you in my next video. I will be updating these products monthly, and I'm also going to continue to do my not monthly makeup baskets, but like my seasonal makeup baskets. I might show those to y'all, but we'll see how that pans out. But I will definitely show you empties videos. You know, I don't know how long it'll take me to acquire or accumulate lots of empties, but I will show you those when I get them. So thank you so much for being here. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.